Hi guys, so I know that we covered the particles 에, 에서, 으로, and 에게, right, on our last live stream, but I felt like the explanation might not be enough, so I took the time to remake the lessons on those particles with a more organized explanation. So I hope these coming remade lessons help you understand the particles better. And in this particular lesson, we're going to learn specifically about the difference between 에 and 에서. So 에 and 에서 are both a time marking particle and a place marking particle, right? Meaning it can be placed after a time noun and a place noun. So let's first start with when they function as a time marking particle and then move on to when they function as place marking particles. So first, when 에 is placed after a time noun, it means at that time. So there are many nouns that show the time, right? The first noun is showing what time it is now. So 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 1시, 3시, 9시. Remember, when saying the time, we use pure number, right? So 1시에, 3시에, 9시에 means at 1 o'clock, at 3 o'clock, at 9 o'clock. And also, there's a time noun that indicates the time of the day, meaning not a specific time like 1시 or 9시, but 아침, as in morning, 저녁, evening, 밤, night. So when you say 아침에, it means in the morning, 저녁에, in the evening, 밤에, at night. So for example, when you say 아침에 가자, 아침에 가자, let's go in the morning. 저녁에 짜장면 먹자, 저녁에 짜장면 먹자, let's eat black bean noodle in the evening, right? And other time nouns include day. So 월요일 means Monday, and 목요일 means Thursday, or 일요일 means Sunday. So when you say 월요일에, it means on Monday, 목요일에 on Thursday, 일요일에 on Sunday. And you can also put 에 after nouns like 주말 and 주중. Each means, and so 주말 means weekend, and 주중 means weekdays. So 주말 is actually a Sino-Korean word. 주 means week and 말 means and. So literally weekend. So when you want to say on the weekend, you can say 주말에, and 주중, week. And we learned that 중, this comes from Chinese character 종, which means middle. So it's in the middle of the week. So this means weekdays. So when you say 저는 주중에 일해요, 저는 주중에 일해요, it means I work on weekdays. And also, you can also put it after a month noun. So we learn how to say month all together, right? It starts from 1월, 2월, and goes all the way to 12월. So 1월, January, February, December. So when you say 저는 12월에 태어났어요. 저는 12월에 태어났어요. It means I was born on December, in December. I was born in December. And you can also put it after a year. So 2020 is 2020. So for month and year, we use Sino number, remember? So when you want to say in the year 2020, in 2020, you can say 2020년. 2020년에, or 1992년 is 1992. 1992년에 태어났어요. 저는 1992년에 태어났어요. I was born in 1992. And you can also put season. So when you say 봄, spring, 여름, summer, 가을, autumn, fall, and 겨울, winter. So when you say 저는 봄에 제프를 만났어요. 저는 봄에 제프를 만났어요. I met Jeff in spring. And 저는 여름에 수영해요. 저는 여름에 수영해요. I swim in summer, right? And also there are some time nouns that can be placed that indicates the specific period of time, like 방학, which means vacation, or 쉬는 시간. So 쉬는 시간 comes from 쉬다 combined with 시간, which means time. So 쉬다 means to take a rest. And when you make it in an adjective form, it means taking a rest time. So the time that takes a rest. So it means rest time, break time. 쉬는 시간, break time. And you can also say 점심시간. 점심 means lunch, right? 시간, time. Lunch time or 저녁 시간, dinner time. So when you say 저는 방학에 여행을 했어요. 저는 방학에 여행을 했어요. It means I traveled in the vacation. So during the vacation. So to be more correct, it means during the vacation. So 방학에 and 쉬는 시간에 저는 쉬는 시간에 낮잠을 잤어요. 낮잠 means nap. So 낮잠을 자다 means take a nap. So I took a nap during the break time, in the break time. And 점심시간, 저녁시간 can be used in the same way. And that's pretty much time nouns that I can think of right now, but I think that is enough for now. But also, you have to know that there is an exception to this, I would say, rule. So not every time noun should be followed by 에. So when you say today I did something, you don't have to put 오늘 에. Or tomorrow, just 내일. And 어제 as well, you don't have to put 에. So when you want to say today I did something, and tomorrow I will do something, and yesterday I did something, just like in English, you don't have to put additional particles. You can just use 오늘, 내일, 어제. So these words can be used on its own, not with the particles. So this is something that you should be careful in usage, but other time nouns mostly can be followed by 에 to mean in that time, in at that time. So that's pretty much what you need to know about 에 as a time particle. Then how about 에서 as a time particle? So it's different from 에 because if 에서 is used as a time particle, it means from. It doesn't mean at that time, but it means from that time. So it's usually followed by another time noun with another particle, 까지, which means to. So noun에서, noun까지 means from a certain time to a certain time. So it provides the range of time, the boundary of time. So when you say 1시에서 2시까지 게임을 했어요, it means from 1 o'clock, right? From 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock 게임을 했어요. I played a game, right? So that's how you can use it. And when you say 저는 매일, I every day, 매일 9시에서 6시까지 일해요, work, right? So I work from 9 to 6, right? I work from 9 to 6 every day. So that's how you can use it. And another thing to note is that 에서, this particle, can also be replaced with another particle, 부터. So they both mean from when placed after a time noun. So you can replace 에서 with 부터, but 에서 is just fine too. So 1시부터 2시까지, from 1 to 2. And 저는 매일 9시부터 6시 까지 also worked as well. So that was the difference between 에 and 에서 as a time marking particle so far. And now let's move on to when they are used as place marking particle. Let's look at these two sentences first. So 저는 도서관에 있어요. 도서관 means a library, right? Library. And when you say 있어요, it has a lot of meaning, but it also has a meaning of be, there be, right? So to be somewhere. So 저는 도서관에 있어요 means I am in the library. So you can guess that, okay, 에서, when it's used after a place noun, can mean in that place. But let's look at the second sentence as well. 저는 도서관에서 공부해요. So we know what 공부해요 means, right? To study. I study in the library. 도서관에서 and 도서관에 both mean in the library, right? So does that mean these two are interchangeable? Can you say 저는 도서관에서 있어요 and 저는 도서관에 공부해요? Is that possible? And no, it's grammatically wrong to say like that. The right particle in this sentence is 에, and in this sentence, 에서. And why is that? If they mean the same thing, how do we know their difference in usage? So that's the part where this explanation would help. So when they are place particles, it indicates something or somebody's presence in that place. And 에서 indicates that the preceding noun is the location of a specific action taking place. So when you put 에 after a place noun, it focuses on the presence of someone in that place, whereas when 에서 is put after a place noun, it's always followed by a specific action verb. So you can already guess that you can figure out which one to use by looking at the following verb. So if the verb indicates the presence of somebody or something, you can use 에. And if the verb is a specific action verb, like any other action verb that you can think of, you can go with 에서. So let's go back to the previous two examples here. So the only difference between these two sentences, other than the particles, is the verb, right? So here, 있어요 verb is used, and here 공부해요, study verb is used. And 있어요 means to be somewhere, right? So it indicates the presence of me being in the library. So that's why 에 should be used, as sounds more natural to be used here. And 공부해요 is a specific action, right? So that's why it goes with 에서. So that means there's a limited number of verbs that can be used with 에, because there aren't that many verbs that indicate presence. The three most common ones that indicate presence are 있다, 살다, and 존재하다. So 있다, we just learned that. So this word has a lot of meanings, but usually it's used to mean to be somewhere, right? So when you say 저는, I'm in Korea, it means you are at somewhere, right? So 저는 한국에 있어요. You go with 에 after a place noun, 한국, Korea, because you indicate the presence in this sentence, right? So 저는 한국에 있어요. I'm in Korea. Or you can also say 저는 집에 있어요. It means, 집 means home, right? So I'm at home. 저는 집에 있어요. And 에 also go with 살다, this verb. So 살다, we all know that this means live. So when you say you live in Korea, you say 저는 한국에 살아요. I live in Korea. I live in Korea. So there's one different thing about 살다, and it's that you can use both 에 and 에서. So it's both correct to say 저는 한국에 살아요 and 저는 한국에서 살아요 to mean I live in Korea. I really don't know the reason why for this particular verb both particles are allowed, but it's something that you can keep in mind so that you don't get confused later on. But I would say 에 is more correct, like 에 sounds more natural, but both are used. And 존재하다, this is a bit of a difficult word, but it means to exist. 존재하다. 존재 means existence, and 존재하다 means to exist. So this also indicates the presence, right? So a particle is followed. So when you say there exist a lot of creatures on earth, for on earth, you can go with 에 because of this verb that indicates presence, right? So on earth, there exist a lot of creatures. 많은 생물체. 생물체, this vocabulary means creatures. So yes, these are the three most commonly used words that means presence. So in this case, you can go with 에 particle after a place noun, right? But for 살다, 에서 can also be used. And there's two more verbs that indicate presence, and it's 출석하다 and 참석하다. So 출석하다 means to be present, most often to be present in class. And 참석하다 also has the same meaning, but it is used most often to mean to be present in an event or a meeting rather than a class. So when you say 오늘 과학 수업에 출석했어요. 과학 수업 means science class, and 출석했어요, like I said, it means to be present in class, right? And you can see that 에 particle is used after a place noun, right? So it means today I was present in the science class. So that's how you can use. And also notice that for 오늘, this time noun, there is no particle used, right? Because 오늘 can be used individually, independently, right? And 참석하다, 많은 연예인들이, so this word is 그 행사에 참여했어요. 많은 연예인들이 그 행사에 참여했어요. So 연예인 means, it kind of means celebrity, but not as big as a celebrity concept, but it's more like an entertainer. So if you are an idol, if you are a comedian who appears on TV, we call them all together 연예인. So it means 많은 연예인들, a lot of celebrities, plural form, 그 행사, that event에 참여했어요. 참석하다. Oh, sorry guys, I wrote it wrong. It should be 참석. 참여 is also another word that means to participate, but we're gonna learn it later. For now, 참석. It means to be present at an event. So 많은 연예인들이 그 행사에 참석했어요. At that event were present. So 에, this particle is used. And for 에서, we learn that specific action verb follows, right? And it's hard to list all the specific action verbs because there are so many verbs that we know, right? So verbs like study, work, to date, or this vocabulary, we're gonna come back to it soon. But there are so many action verbs you can use with 에서, so I am gonna skip listing all the verbs. But if there is any action verb that you know, you can use it with 에서 if it means at that place it's taking place. So when you say 저는 집에서 공부해요, it means I study at home. 저는 한국에서 일해요. I work in Korea. 지수는 제프와 영화관에서 데이트를 해요. So 지수, 제프와 with Jeff. This is another particle that we are going to cover in another lesson. But anyways, 지수 with Jeff 영화관에서 데이트를 해요. So when you say 데이트를 하다, it means to go out on a date, to have a date night. So 지수 and 제프 are on a date at the movie theater. 영화관. 영화 means movie and 영화관 means movie theater, right? So having a date is a specific action, right? So that's why you can use with 에서, this particle. And this is quite an interesting, a funny sentence. So I brought this to let you guys know of some of the slangish vocabulary. So let's see. 저는 화장실에서 일을 봐요. So when you say 화장실, it means bathroom. So I, at a bathroom, 일을 봐요. What does 일을 봐요 mean? 봐요 means to watch, look, right? And 일 means work. So does it mean you watch your work? So 일을 봐요 is a softer way of saying you are doing number 1 or number 2 in the bathroom. So 일 include both number 1 and number 2. But if you want to be more specific, for number 1, you can say 작은 일. 작은. We learned that this adjective means small, right? Small work. And number 2, 큰 일 means big work. So in English, it's also embarrassing to say you are peeing or you are shitting, right? So that's when you can use these two vocabularies. And same in Korean, it's hard to say like directly what you're doing in the bathroom. So instead, we say 일을 봐요. I'm watching work in literal translation, but it doesn't mean that. It means you are either doing number 1 or doing number 2. 저는 화장실에서 일을 봐요. So this is a very useful expression to use when you are in a bathroom and someone calls you and what are you doing? And you can use this phrase that we just learned. Okay, so that is one difference between 에 and 에서, and there is a second difference. So 에 and 에서 can be placed after a place noun to mean in that place, but each of them has their second meaning. So for 에, it can mean to, and 에서 can mean from. So when they are put after a place noun, it means to that place and from that place. So they mean two different things here, right? So I think you can already guess that the following verb should imply that you are heading to somewhere or you're heading from somewhere. So there are also limited verbs that can be used when these particles mean to and from. So verbs like 가다 and 오다 are two most common ones used with 에서, 에 and 에서 when they mean to and from. So we learned that 가다 means to go. 오다 means to come, right? So let's make a sentence. Let's make sentences using these verbs and these particles. So here you go. 저는 학교에 안 갔어요. I, 갔어요 is went, but 안 갔어요 is a negation, right? So didn't go to school. So 에 this time doesn't mean in school, it means to school, and you can know that by the verb here, right? 엄마는 내일 병원에 가요. My mom, 매일, we learned that this means every day. 병원에 가요. Go to 병원, hospital. 병원. So 병 means an illness, disease, and when you say 병원, it means a place where they treat your illness. So 병원 means hospital. 내일 우리 집에 와. This is 이응. 와. 내일 means tomorrow. Tomorrow, 우리 집. So we learned that 우리 means we and our, but it can also mean my. So 내일 우리 집에 와. My house. It's a friendly way to say my. My house to come. So come to my house tomorrow. So it's an invitation to come somewhere, right? So that's why 에 is used because of this verb, come. And 파티에 왜 안 와? 왜 안 와? 왜, we learned that this means why, right? So why not come to the party? 파티에 왜 안 와? Why don't you come to the party? So because of the verb, you can use 에 as a place particle. To party, why not come? So the place noun that precedes a particle are the point where someone's headed to, right? Headed to. And, okay, so there's another, I forgot to do this verb, guys. So there's another verb that can also go with 에 when you are saying to that place. And it's 도착하다. And 도착하다 means to arrive somewhere. And in English, you guys say arrive at an airport, arrive at a certain city, right? But in Korean, we say arrive to somewhere. So that's why with 도착하다, that means arrive, the particle 에 is used. So when you say 공항에 도착했어요, it means arrived to the airport. And 미국에 언제 도착해요 means when arrive to the United States. So 도착해요, this verb, also goes with 에 particle. And now, moving on to 에서, we learned that 에서 means from the preceding noun, right? From that place. So whereas 에 indicates the headed point, 에서 indicates the starting point. It indicates that the preceding noun is the starting point. So when 에서 means from, there is the most common phrase, expression that we learned while learning Korean, and it's 어느 나라에서 왔어요. 어느 나라에서 왔어요. So this means where are you from, right? To be more specific, 어느 나라, which country from 왔어요 is the past verb of 오다, right? So came. So which country do you come from? So we already learned that 에서 means from in this sentence. So the rest would come easy to you. So when you say 학교에서 집으로 갔어요. So here, 에서 is used, right? Which means from school to home went. So it means I went home from school. So 으로 is another particle that means to. And here you might be wondering, then can I replace 으로 with 에? Because didn't we learn that 에 also means to? So can I say 학교에서 집에 갔어요? And the answer is it doesn't sound natural to use 에 here. It's more natural to use 로 particle in this context, and to understand that we have to know the difference between 로 and 에 when they both mean to. And we'll cover this right in our next lesson, which will be up after this lesson. Oh, and before we wrap up, there's one additional thing that I would like you guys to know. 에서, both when they mean can be abbreviated to just 서 without 에. So 강남에서 마포까지 얼마나 걸려요? So we didn't learn this article here in this lesson. But when you say a place noun 에서, a place noun까지, it means from that place to that place. So it means from 강남 to 마포. 얼마나 걸려요? 얼마나 걸려요? This phrase altogether means how long does it take? So how long does it take from Gangnam to 마포? But here, like I said, 에서 can be replaced with 서, 강남서. And I don't know why we do this, but Koreans habitually abbreviate 에서 to 서 because, I don't know, it makes it sound softer and, in my opinion, more friendly. So that's why we do it. But there's no problem in just saying the full 에서. But sometimes you use 서 as well. And here in these two sentences as well, when you say 사무실에서 일해요, it means I work, 일해요, I work at an office, 사무실, right? But you can also say 사무실서 일해요. 제프는 캐나다서 왔어요. Jeff comes from Canada. But instead of 에서, you can also say just 서. So this is not like really important, but when someone says, when someone puts a 서 particle after a place noun, you would probably get confused. Like, I have never heard of this particle, but it only is the abbreviated form of 에서, so you can immediately know upon hearing this that, oh, that person means at that place or from that place. And whether it means at or from, you can know that depending on the context, depending on what verb is used after, right? So that's how you can understand Korean sentences where the particles 에 and 에서 are used. So yes, in this lesson, we covered the difference between these two when they are both time marking particle and place marking particle. And in our next lesson, as I told you guys, we're going to learn about the difference between 에 and this particle, 로, when they both mean to. So there's a subtle difference, and we're going to learn about that in our next lesson. So I will see you very soon, guys. Bye-bye.